In the middle of the ocean, a helicopter and 3 motorboats with a rescue team approach a crash site. It turns out a NASA capsule has had an accident and the astronaut Sam has to be retrieved. They put her on a boat and quickly take her to the hospital. Sometime later Sam wakes up feeling extremely dizzy. As she looks around the room, she's shocked to find a pen floating above a tray. She's about to reach for it, but she gets distracted by some people entering the room. When she looks again, the pen is on the tray. Then Sam throws up and the doctors tell her it's normal. They ask her a few questions to check on her mental health and she tells them about the pen. The doctors explain that anti-gravity hallucinations are normal too. Sam's hand is swollen but not broken, so she probably just hit her hand during landing. They want to know what happened, so she shares her story. Sam got some coordinates from mission control and everything seemed to be on track, but then she thinks she hit something. Sam believes she fell unconscious during freefall, but she isn't sure about that either. The doctors say that something pierced the capsule and broke her helmet. They don't know what it was, but they assume it was meteorite debris. The particles on her suit are being analyzed for answers. Later, Sam is visited by her husband Mark and their daughter Izzy. However, since she's still in quarantine, she can only talk to them through a glass wall. Her father William also comes to see her and informs her that the Pentagon is going to join NASA to investigate the crash because they want to decode some mysterious frequencies they detected during her re-entry. A government house has been assigned to her so she can recover without reporters bothering her. A doctor interrupted the reunion to take Sam away for more tests. She touches Izzy's hand on the glass and promises to see her soon. When it's finally time for Sam to move, a full convoy takes her to the house in the middle of nowhere. Dr. Michelle gives her a tour, explaining that the government bought the land in the 50s for weapon testing and nowadays it's a house for diplomats. There's a telescope outside so Sam won't miss space. When she tries to use it, she hears a painful screech and starts feeling dizzy as she sees visions of strange memories. Michelle tells her it's common and comforts her until the noise disappears. Afterward, Michelle reminds Sazam to expect all kinds of symptoms like nosebleeds and hallucinations. She needs to concentrate on recovery if she wants to get back to work since she'll have an assessment test in 2 months. The doctors will come every morning to check on her. After the team leaves, Sam feels a terrible headache so she takes her temperature, but she has no fever. She also moves her bandage to check on her hand and notices an awful bruise. Then she starts unpacking, but she has to stop when her nose begins to bleed. Sam goes to the kitchen to get a cloth for her nose and receives a video call from her best friend Val. While they chat, Sam suddenly freezes and stares at the backyard for several seconds. Val keeps calling her name until she snaps out of it and Sam apologizes, saying she thought she saw something. After she moves to another room, something moves in the shadows outside. The chat continues and Val advises Sam to downplay her symptoms so she can get back to work soon. After the video call ends, the lights in the house start flickering and a loud noise can be heard in another room. Sam goes to investigate and finds the floor covered with dirt and rainwater. There's a chair on the floor and the backyard door is open. Sam goes outside to use the telescope. She looks around the woods and notices something moving in the shadows, but it quickly disappears. With a flashback in hand, she goes to the forest and throws a rock at the area where she saw the moving thing, not realizing that the mysterious being is now on the roof of the house. Suddenly she starts hearing the screeching sound and sees the same visions full of lights and people walking in a dark crash site. The next morning Sam wakes up and realizes she isn't wearing the bandage. She also notices that the bruise is spreading. While she makes breakfast, she's shocked to see an egg floating above the counter. Sam pokes it and it bobbles in the air, and when she grabs it and lets go, it continues to float. However, when the medical team arrives, the egg falls and breaks on the counter. The rest of the morning is spent with Sam going through dozens of tests. While exercising, she feels a sudden pain in her foot and claims it's just a cramp. After the tests are over, Sam lies down with ice on all the sore spots in her body. Michelle apologizes for the intensity but promises all the data they're collecting is very useful for the space program. She asks Sam if she's had any other symptoms, and Sam pretends she's been fine. After the medical team leaves, Sam calls Mark and tells him she'd like to go on a family trip after her recovery is done. Mark thinks it's a bad idea because he believes Izzy shouldn't see them together if they end up getting divorced. Sam is hurt and says they're still figuring things out, but Mark points out they almost lost her, so things have been hard. She was away for months for training, then she was out in space, and he knows she'll take another mission as soon as she can. A desperate Sam insists that they're very important to her and that she wants Izzy to have the family she didn't have. It's revealed that Izzy is adopted because the couple couldn't have kids, however Mark doesn't think it brought the closure they expected. Izzy interrupts the talk to show her drawing of her family with some space people in the sky. Afterward, Sam goes for a walk in the woods and starts hearing the painful noise again. She grabs her head as visions of a search team in a smoky area flood her mind. When it finally stops, Sam looks down and is shocked to find a cable under the leaves. She starts following it and discovers a rock with a light in it. When she lifts it, she confirms the rock is fake and there's a camera under it. A worried Sam looks around to find another cable and following it reveals a second fake rock with a camera. As she starts making her way back, she trips on a tree root and hits her head. Then Sam wakes up on her bed with a terrible headache. She touches her hair and finds blood. At that moment she notices someone outside and is startled by a man entering the room. He says they found her outside with a serious injury, so they brought her in. When Sam asks who they are, she learns that William has come to visit her. He explains that he called a search team when he arrived and found the house empty, scolding her for not resting. Sam asks about the cameras and William reveals that he didn't tell NASA about all the house details because he didn't expect Sam to go that far. Then he takes her downstairs and opens a secret area hidden behind the furniture while confirming that this is a safe house. They go down another set of stairs while William reveals that this house was built for important people who need temporary hiding. When the final door opens, they enter a big area with plenty of living quarters. The back room is the central system, which runs on its own power source. William turns on the computer and shows Sam that there are dozens of security cameras surrounding the house. In an emergency, the building shuts itself down behind 3 layers of the hardest materials known to man. There's also a defense system, but William doubts she'll need it. After they leave, the screens start glitching. After William leaves, Sam checks the state of her hand, noticing that the bruise is reaching his arm now. She takes a picture and sends it to Val before taking her medicine. Val replies that she just needs to put ice on the bruise and she'll be fine. In the evening, Sam relaxes in the jacuzzi outside while the wind blows quite strongly around her. Suddenly the wind stops and Sam hears some weird noises in the woods. After just 1 second, the wind starts blowing again. A worried Sam goes back inside and calls Mark, but she is sent to voicemail. At that moment the lights start flickering, so Sam grabs a flashlight and goes to the balcony, but she doesn't see anything strange. When she goes back inside, the lights go out and a mysterious monster appears at the door. It takes Sam a minute to register what she just saw, and when she checks again, the monster is gone. Then the lights come back and Sam decides to open the door. She looks around with her flashlight but doesn't find anything this time either. Sam goes back inside and makes sure to activate the alarm when she locks the door. On her way to the bedroom, the house AI suddenly announces that there's been a breach, so lockdown is initiated. Metal panels raise to block all the doors and windows, leaving Sam locked inside. She immediately tries to make a call, but her phone has no service. After the screeching sound hurts her ears again, Sam hears a noise behind her and turns around, but there's nothing. A growling noise can be heard in the neighboring room, so a terrified Sam goes downstairs while the creature runs past her. Hearing it come closer, Sam rushes to the power switches and presses them all to no avail. The exit doors won't open either. At that moment the doorknob on the room door starts moving, only to stop when Sam points the flashlight at it. After some hesitation she decides to open it and goes out to investigate. Soon the lights flicker and a plant shakes by the window, startling Sam into dropping the flashlight. She quickly picks it up and looks at the plant, only to scream when a creepy hand suddenly touches the glass. Sam runs downstairs and opens the secret entrance, rushing into the bunker area to reach the security cameras. At first the screens don't appear to be working, but eventually she finds the right switch and turns them on. Sam looks at the area around the house and finds the terrifying creature crouching on the grass. However, when the light flickers, it disappears. Suddenly Sam is woken up by her phone ringing and she realizes she fell asleep on the computer desk. She rushes upstairs and finds William with his team, so she tells them there's something wrong with the generator. William confirms they detected some blackouts and sends his people to work. Sam tells him that something entered the house, so William promises to check the security footage. Afterward the tests begin. Michelle looks at the bruising and admits it doesn't look normal, so she'll make an appointment for x-rays. Sometime later Mark and Izzy come to visit Sam. While William spends some time with his granddaughter, Mark and Sam go to the woods to have a private talk. Sam tells him she saw a creature that isn't from this world and wonders if she brought an alien with her when she landed, since her mission was about broadcasting signals into space. Before Mark can respond, they're interrupted by Izzy. Then William and Sam check the security cameras. At the time Sam saw the monster, the screens start to glitch, but there are no monsters on the grass. William thinks she's seeing things because of her stress and reminds her to rest. After William goes upstairs, Sam makes the computer scan the house and it detects 9 people, which match her family and William's team. Izzy and her parents go for a walk in the woods and Mark actually shows some affection. Suddenly they hear a weird noise and notice that Izzy is missing. They desperately start looking for her until Izzy startles by appearing behind them with a dead bug on her hand. All bugs in the forest start screeching and one even crashes into a tree, scaring the family into leaving. The noises get louder as they run into their shock. Thousands of bugs start flying out of the woods. The family runs to hide in the house and watch in horror how all the bugs land on the windows to the point that they block the sunlight. Moments later, the bugs are gone and the glass is incredibly sticky. When the couple takes a look, they find all the bugs dead outside the windows. A cleaning team soon arrives to take care of the mess and a NASA officer theorizes it was an environmental issue. Sam asks for any updates on the tests they were running on her capsule, however the labs don't have the results yet. Mark leaves with Izzy but promises they'll visit her again tonight. Afterward Sam realizes her foot feels strange and takes off her shoe, only to discover her toe is bleeding. She rushes to the bathroom and takes off her sock to wash her toe, but a closer look reveals that the wound goes all the way up to her leg. When she touches her toe, she screams as the nail comes off. After bandaging her foot, Sam puts some ice on her bruised arm. The lights then start to flicker, so she pushes a table against the back door in fear. She also searches the internet for weird bug incidents and learns that geomagnetic disturbances may be the cause, which some people connect to UFO sightings and abductions. Pictures in the article show creatures and people with bruises like hers. Feeling something on her back, Sam runs to the bathroom and looks in the mirror to discover the bruising is on her shoulder blade too. The lights flicker again, so Sam rushes to activate the alarm before running downstairs. Weird noises can already be heard in the other rooms. At that moment, Mark calls to inform her he's on his way, and Sam asks him if she was a good mother, leaving Mark confused. As the lights continue to malfunction, the house AI announces another breach followed by lockdown. Sam tells Mark that there's something in the house before she hears some noises getting closer. Soon Mark's voice on the phone becomes gibberish. Sam's taking the stairs to the bunker when she suddenly feels an unbearable ache in her back that makes her fall. Sam rolls down the stairs and lands rather painfully. When she touches her back, her hand finds a mysterious gelatinous substance. After noticing that her cell phone is broken, Sam hears the noises upstairs and runs to the computer. She checks all the cameras, yet she can't see anyone. Then she scans the building and the computer tells her there's another person besides her. The screens start glitching as a monster finally appears inside the house, so a terrified Sam turns them off. The computer runs another scan and now confirms 2 more people on the upper floors. Sam tries a few buttons and the ceiling starts ejecting smoke in the corridor. She runs to the next room and finds the kitchen, only to hear the noises there. After hiding behind the furniture, Sam sees the reflection of the monster on the oven. Luckily, it doesn't see her and moves away, but when she tries to sneak to the door, a second creature comes in and she has to hide again. Sam waits for this one to move too and rushes through the door. Next, Sam hides in one of the bathrooms and blocks the door with furniture. Suddenly, her bruised hand starts aching, so she removes the bandage, only to discover that her skin is covered in a mysterious substance. The creatures are pounding on the door, so Sam hides in the shower right before they burst in. Noticing a vent, she kicks the lid in and manages to open a panel that lets her run between the walls. Outside the house, Mark and Izzy arrive and notice that the building is in lockdown. Mark tries to call Sam to no avail, so he leaves the car to investigate. Izzy sees something nearby and runs out on her own. Mark follows her and finds her pointing at a light in the forest. Back so Sam, she returns to the corridor and takes the stairs, but the monster grabs her leg and makes her fall. After some struggle, she manages to kick its paw off and keep moving. Sam sneaks into another space between walls as her wounds glow brightly. Eventually she finds a ladder and climbs out through a hatch in the forest. As she runs among the trees, more of her wounds start glowing and she keeps hearing the sound of the monsters, but not her family looking for her. On the road near the house, William arrives with a team of armed men. He reminds them that they're dealing with something very intelligent before sending them out. While the soldiers search the rest of the house, William goes to the bunker and finds a mess. In the forest, Sam falls on the ground and hears the monsters getting closer, so she begs for mercy. Suddenly, a creature lifts her chin and looks at her with kind eyes as it asks in its language if she can understand it. Sam surprises herself by understanding every word. More creatures appear as the first one says they missed her. When she asks who they are, the creature says they're her family. Since Sam is still confused, the creature rests its forehead on hers, asking her to remember. The visions from earlier are clearer in Sam's mind now. It turns out she's an alien, and her family crashed on Earth many years ago. A team of soldiers led by William tried to capture them, so the aliens ran away as fast as possible. In the chaos, Sam accidentally separated from the others, so she used a device to camouflage her body. When William found her, she looked like a young child, and that day he adopted her. Her alien family never stopped looking for her, knowing that the camouflage would die out after a few years, and it was them who pierced her capsule. In the present, Mark and Izzy find Sam surrounded by aliens. Izzy is freaked out by her mom's glowing body and Sam assures her nobody will hurt her. William interrupts the moment, confirming he's always known what she is. He inspired her to be an astronaut on purpose and sent her on that specific mission as bait. Now he wants to capture the aliens as government property, so he calls his team. William asks Sam to tell the aliens to surrender, but she refuses. When he pulls out his gun, Mark tackles him to the ground and punches him a few times. Meanwhile, Sam's camouflage finally ends and she reveals her real alien form. The soldiers are coming closer, so Mark tells Sam to leave for her own sake. Izzy raises her hand and Sam touches it with her paw before running away with her family. By the time the soldiers arrive, the aliens are leaving Earth on a very bright spaceship. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.